Yeah, we play another really tough non-conference schedule like we do every year. To have two series with SEC opponents, an American Conference, Wofford, Mercer, Evansville, Dayton. There's not an easy weekend on our schedule. And that's by choice. We put that together with the mindset that we're going to be tested early on and we're going to be better for it in the long run. And we certainly don't go down there just to say we're playing a tough competition. We go down there to win the games. But I think worst case scenario, we come out of this a more tested team and battle tested for what's coming for us at the end of the season as far as the postseason and the conference tournament.
And then schedule's a little different this year, a lot more game series, double headers, for the midweek games or midweek games. So can you talk about some of the mindset that went into why the schedule shifted to that?
Yeah, for sure. So my biggest goal when putting the schedules together this year was to try to play as many games as possible. And the college baseball schedule is pretty irregular because we all don't match up on the same day. So some teams play Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Sometimes you don't have midweek. Sometimes you have Tuesdays and Wednesdays on top of the weekend series. With the testing cadence and what went into the decisions made on testing and quarantining, I felt that it gave us our best chance to play as many of our scheduled games as possible to try to consolidate them against a single opponent over the course of a weekend. So nobody really loves playing doubleheaders. Those end up being long days, but we want to play as much as possible, and that's how this schedule is constructed to try to get as many of our games as possible in this year.
So you have basically the entire team back to play last year. Played 15 games scheduled, and you added a whole bunch of newcomers. So what are your thoughts on the team this year?
I'm excited. It's an interesting year in college baseball because the depth for every team is probably as good as it's ever been. I think this is probably, if not our most talented, but one of our most talented teams we've ever had in the history of the program. I say that about us, but I say that probably about most teams in college baseball because of the changes to the draft that allowed so many players that otherwise would be playing professional baseball right now to be back in the college ranks, and on top of the seniors that have 4 years of playing under their belt that were able to come back for that fifth year this year. So we've got a lot of experience, we've got a lot of depth, but I know Texas A&M is going to be the same way. I know Wofford's going to be the same way. I know that all the teams in our conference are going to be the same way. So I'm excited for sure that the talent is there, the depth. When we're putting together travel rosters and roles on the team, like man, there's some really tough decisions right now that we've had to make about where guys are at. But that's a good problem to have because we're excited about the group that we have, and I think it has a chance to be a really special year.
And then speaking of the Big East, looks a little different, and you got into it. What do you think that does to the conference?
It's exciting. UConn is a top 25 team perennially. To bring another really good team into our conference, it gets me excited for sure. Because I think since we joined the Big East, not solely because of us, but since over the course of the past 7 or 8 years of being a member of the Big East, the baseball in the Big East has gotten better and better and better, and there have been more and more commitments from different schools to really furthering their program. And then you throw an already established team like UConn in the mix. It's a perennial at-large, perennial regional team. That's good news for the conference. I think we're all better for having good teams in the conference. So I'm excited to go play them. I've heard so many good things from so many coaches I've talked to about their program, about their talent level. I'm excited to go play them this spring and see how we match up against them.
And then Xavier's supposed to do this tournament again in Provo, so grasping hard. So does that give you guys extra motivation to get there, or is it always like 100% go? It doesn't matter where we are, what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. It's always exciting when it's in town. Obviously this year there's some unknowns about what fan attendance is going to look like, but yeah, you don't want it to be played in your backyard and not be a part of it. We went through that a couple of years ago, and that wasn't fun. So I don't know that we need any extra motivation because obviously at the end of the year that's always a goal that you want to be taking part of that. But we're certainly excited to be co-hosting that with the Big East again in town, and hopefully we can have a bunch of fans out there to support us like we did in 2019 when we were last there.